So one thing I want to talk about that I found out about this week that actually happened a couple weeks ago was Brian Burns' face mask. So we talked about it a couple weeks ago with like Max Crosby, and like we obviously saw him switch out of his face mask because with their gray, it's super easy to see. Even for a very short period, the reason I actually caught it was he normally wears a Visus 02 with his special BA masks Trinity one. But then like randomly at the beginning of the game a couple weeks ago, he switched into a Speedflex, his old helmet. That's what caught my attention. I was like, oh, okay, so then this is going on. Then he switched back to the Visus 02, but with a standard face mask. So that's what kind of triggered my my flags in my head, and then made me look into it, realize the whole stuff about NFL kind of going away from those face masks. But then I was watching the Colts Carolina game this weekend, and I saw Brian Burns. And it's super hard because his black face mask, all his black accessories, his visor, all that stuff makes it really hard to see. But I was like, is he not wearing his now either? And so I went back in, I did a little bit of digging, and I found out he actually has been switched out of his for a little while. So it's sad, but like where are we at here? This was it here. So Brian Burns used to wear what they called the spider face mask.
Yep.
So this is again designed by BA Masks. And BA Mask just calls it their Spider Burns in case you want to kind of get it for yourself. So this is his style here with all the jagged bars that go towards the middle. Obviously, he goes by Spida because he's a big Spider-Man fan. And that was the face mask here with some jagged eye bars as well. And the design kind of carries throughout the entire face mask. And he wore that for last year and this year. And then all of a sudden, as of October 22nd game, so 3 weeks ago, same time Max Crosby, I found this was the last time he was wearing that custom style. And on October 22nd, he switched to a standard Speedflex style, which is the SF-2EG-SW standard face mask that anyone can buy. Frustrating.
Yeah, no, that's a real bummer. Brian Burns' face mask was probably my favorite custom face mask that we've seen this season and probably ever. When I did the best helmet setups video, I'm pretty sure he was number one, and it was largely due to that face mask. I just thought it was so cool, so unique, such a cool way for Brian Burns to kind of express himself. So it's kind of a bummer to see that, the NFL forced him to switch out of it. There's not a lot of stuff guys can do these days to kind of express themselves. Like, Brian Burns is kind of showing his love, for Spider-Man. There's just not a lot of ways for guys to do that. So
yeah,
kind of a bummer.
The other thing I literally just noticed though, and the only reason this came up is because like I'm in a little fire right now, is his mouth guard. So the funny thing is, I posted about this. If you look at this photo, I didn't catch this until literally right now that he's wearing a green mouth guard on Carolina.
Yep.
Last week I actually posted about this, and it like got a lot of traction this week. And I basically said after our conversation on the last podcast talking about like the legality of different colored mouth guards, I posted a bunch of photos and just said, is this legal? Showed a bunch of different guys like we talked about, McLeod, Stephon Diggs, Lattimore, AJ Brown showing a couple on the tight end. And now obviously Brian Burns. I took so much heat. And the reason is because I think people thought I was phrasing it like, how is the NFL allowing this? Like, what are they doing? Why haven't they cracked down on this yet? Where I actually came from it of like, so I said, anyone know how they get away with this? It was more of a genuine, does anyone know the rule and what is going on where they can do it? Where most people in the comment section took it as me snitching and saying, why haven't the NFL cracked down on this yet? NFL, like, please do something about this. And so my normal posts get, 2,500, 3,000 likes. This one got a lot of likes, and some of the highest liked comments were obviously some of the ones down here with, I think one has over 1,000 likes. Yeah, there's that one. There is the one over here that has 1,000 likes. Somewhere down here, which basically calls me a snitch and says I would be the kid in school that would remind the teacher that we had homework. So I learned my lesson. I'm not going to ask anymore. I'm just going to let it be. But yeah, little ramble, but so we still don't know. But anyways, it's fun to see that even though that Burns lost his face mask, again, rip, still trying out a different mouth guard color.
Yeah, the mouth guard is like one of the few things you can still do, different from everybody else. So he's trying, he's trying to stand out a little bit. And
yep,
the mouth guard's like the only way he still can.
Mm-hmm.